All right, we're live on Facebook. You know, I love this new technology. Jimmy, can you believe it? You know, you and I are about the same age, I think, right? And I mean, way back when we could talk to each other on the phone sometimes. Now all of a sudden we can see each other.
Absolutely. I love this much better than talking on the telephone.
It sure is. It's a lot more fun. It's nice seeing your face again. You know, folks, hey, this is Facebook Live. Give us the thumbs up. Give us the big old smiley face. Give us the little heart symbol. You know, I got my friend Katie down in Australia, and I've got Jimmy. You're out in Massachusetts, right?
I'm up in Massachusetts, yes.
There you go.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, you know, that's a hard word for me to say because I'm from North Dakota, Massachusetts. But, you know, so Jimmy, I know you're at a family reunion, and I appreciate you taking the time to or a class reunion, right? Or is it a family reunion?
Yeah, Savin Hill area, the area my wife grew up in. So it's their reunion for the whole area of Savin Hill.
Okay.
Which is part of Boston.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking time. So I'm going to just, you know, folks, I'm going to dive right into this thing. And because I know Jimmy's got to get back to the festivities that they have going on there. You know, Jim, when you first got started, I mean, it was a life and death situation, wasn't it?
It sure was. My weight was almost pushing 500 pounds, 485 pounds to be exact. My doctor had no way of getting my weight under control. She basically said, you need to get gastric bypass surgery. If you don't, you may not see your 60th birthday. That was in April of 2000. That was 6 years ago, 2012. In October is when I started using the products, the Sizzling products with Ray Hutchison's help as my mentor. And I started, so officially October 1st is when I started losing the weight. And the first 90 days, I lost 85 pounds.
Wow.
October, November, December. And when I walked in January, my doctor basically said, whatever the heck you're doing, keep doing what you're doing and you won't have to have surgery. And the reason why they pushed out the surgery date because I broke my foot. I broke my foot at Fenway Park, and I had a date in October, but they moved it out to January. So when I went back in January, the doctor said, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. And if you keep losing the weight, no surgery. Down 312 pounds total as of last Saturday. Yesterday was pretty good. So I don't think I put on too much weight from yesterday's Thanksgiving festivities, but it's a lifestyle change. And my doctor was right. If I did not stop losing weight, I would not have seen my 60th birthday. I turned 65 in March. So if not for that wake-up call, I would not be doing this testimonial today.
Wow. So you had the wake-up call, and then you broke your foot, which delayed the surgery. And so thank God you broke your foot.
Absolutely. And it was the seventh inning stretch at Fenway. I just stood up, and the fifth metatarsal on my left foot snapped. I didn't know it was broken. It hurt like heck. The next morning was when I went up to the hospital, and the doctor said, "Oh yeah, broken foot. I can't use crutches because of my disability." So they put me in a full boot. That's why they moved the surgery date. And that's when I had called Ray, and I said, "Ray, can you help me out? I got to lose some weight." And sure enough, he said, "Yeah, I'll help you out." Started losing weight. 4 days into the program, I was up a pound. And I remember Ray texting me saying, "You got this, kid. Keep going. You're doing great." But I was up a pound. And I called him, and I said, "What do you mean I got this? I'm up a pound. I'm not losing any weight." And I could have very easily quit that day. And Ray said, "Let's give it another week. Let's take you off of some fruits. Let's see what happens." A week later, I was down 12 pounds.
Wow.
And I said, "Oh, this thing's going to work." Taking a Sizzling and the Triangle of Life at that point, the weight loss lollipops that they had back then. So there weren't too many choices when I first started 6 years ago. And I said, this thing's going to work. And I just stuck to the program, and 90 days later, beginning of January, I was down 85 pounds.
Wow. And you said how many pounds are you down now?
312.
312.
312 in just over 6 years. In the last year, I've only lost 7 pounds. So now I'm saying maybe this thing doesn't work. But
Right.
my doctor basically said the amount of weight I've lost is more than if I had the gastric bypass surgery. I've lost a higher percentage, and he said anything I lose from this point on is a bonus.
Right.
And I still want to drop another 20 pounds.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I absolutely feel great. 6 years ago, I couldn't walk across the street. Now I might do 7 miles of walking a day. Not today because it was like 12 degrees out there today, so I took today off. But I'm walking 7 miles a day. I do Zumba classes twice a week. I do spinning classes on Saturdays, and I'm doing things that I was doing when I was back in 25, 30 years old, which I would never have been able to do if the weight never came off.
Wow.
Jimmy,
You know, and oh, go ahead, Katie.
Yeah. Jimmy, can I ask you a question? At that moment in time, if you take your mind back and you go back to that moment where it was the turning point for you, where you just thought, I'm going to do this. Where was that switch for you? And what was that thought that you had in your head, or the thoughts that led up to it to actually get you to switch and go, okay, I'm really going to give this a real good go?
Yeah, that's a great question, Katie. I think the fact that the doctor basically said I may not see my 60th birthday.
Right.
And my dad died at age 54 of a massive coronary heart attack. Everybody on his side of the family, aunts and uncles, all had heart problems. All died between 45 and 62 in that age group. And I thought that 60 is too young. I want to be around. I didn't want to leave my wife widowed. So it was the doctor basically saying, you either have the surgery or you're not going to make it. And if I didn't break the foot, I would have had the surgery. And the fact that I started using the Sizzle products and the Ray's help, I never had the surgery, and now it's a lifestyle. It has never been a diet. It's always been a lifestyle change. And that's the biggest key. If you're gonna try to lose weight and you have weight to lose, don't think of it as a diet. I've never cut out any food. I'm in the ice cream business, make homemade ice cream, and I still eat ice cream. They have some desserts here. I'll grab a dessert. I had a dessert last night, but instead of eating like last night, I could have eaten 3 or 4 slices of pie.
Yeah.
And yesterday I had a small slice of a pumpkin pie. I didn't have ice cream, even though I brought the ice cream. Because it's Saturday mornings that I have my ice cream. So I've never cut out anything, and it's not a diet; it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And that's key for anybody if they want to lose weight. Yeah. They've got to take that type of approach.
Because it's maintainable, right? That's the difference between you now being able to maintain it versus not maintaining it.
Exactly. When people go on diets, they'll lose the weight. They'll go back to their old habits. They put the weight back on, plus more. I never broke my bad habits. I just modified them.
Right.
And by doing that, I'm able to eat the same foods that I ate before, but just in moderation and not 7 days a week, maybe once a month. And it's little tricks like that that keeps the weight off.
Yeah, because you can maintain it. And you talked about the exercise. You were just saying you do quite a number of miles and you do your walks every day. What's the motivating factor there? Can you talk to us a bit about that? Like, what motivates you and what do you enjoy about that?
Well, when I first started, I could barely make it past my neighbor's house.
Right.
And I do live on a hill. And I remember walking out to the hill and saying to my wife, do I walk up the hill or do I walk down the hill? Figuring down the hill would be easier.
Yeah.
But common sense would be, okay, let me go up the hill. When I get tired, I'll just lie down in the street, roll back down, and hopefully not pass my driveway. It took me 2 weeks to go literally 3 houses.
Wow.
up the hill. Now I enjoy to walk. It's relaxing. It's an hour of my time that I can have to myself, plan what I want to do for the week, and I just thoroughly enjoy walking. That's my motivating factor right now, is that I enjoy it and it's relaxing and it's my hour. Nobody's going to disturb me, and I can go at my own pace, and accomplish what I want to accomplish.
Okay, so I'm hearing lots of words that it's actually a lot more than exercise. I'm hearing, it's your time, it's relaxing and things like that. So having that perspective and thinking and feeling about it as a different way to going, oh, it's just exercise. That's what actually sounds to me. And I also get the same feeling from when I do exercise, is that's how you're able to maintain it, is that, it's your hour, it's your relaxing time. Would you agree with that?
Exactly. Even Zumba. When I started Zumba, I was going the wrong direction. There was my friend Joe and I were the only two guys in the class. 45 other young ladies, and the two of us were smack in the middle of the class, and we were bumping into each other, and we were saying, "No, we're not going to do this." That was 4 years ago, and we're still going strong, and we love it. And now it's like dancing. It's a pleasure to go to Zumba. It's not a workout. It's not an exercise. I look forward to it twice a week.
Fantastic. It's great.
Hey, Jim, your wife's lost weight too, right?
She has lost 80 pounds. She has kept it off. She lost 39 pounds her first 90 days. She has lost 80 pounds. The doctor is very happy with her weight where it is right now. And she's maintained it for the last 5.5 years, more than 6 years now.
Wow.
But 39 pounds the first 90 days.
So 400 pounds between the two of you.
Yeah. Could you believe that?
Crazy.
That's like more than two of me right now.
Wow. That's cool. That's
Good
cool.
work.
Well, congratulations, Jim. Katie, do you have any other questions? We got to let Jim get back to his family reunion.
No, I won't hold him up any longer, but I really want to thank you for taking the time to join us today. And I'm sure that others who are watching this, either on the recording or live, will get some inspiration and motivation from you that, that they can do it too. And that they shouldn't give up and they should keep trying.
Thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. Let me add one more thing, Curt.
Okay.
When I started, I was on a ton of medicine. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, a medicine for my heart, and a number of other medicines. I was diabetic, and as the weight come down, my doctor was so pleased with my blood results, that she decided to take me off some medicines, and I've been off the medicines now for more than 3 years.
Wow.
Another benefit.
All the medicine?
Say again, Curt?
All the medicine?
All the medicine. I'm not taking any medicine. And that was my doctor deciding to do that based on my blood work as I lost weight.
Wow, that's fantastic, Jimmy.
Great.
That's fantastic. So it's been a journey of health for you. I love it.
Yeah, it's now a journey of both not only health, but it's also wellness. So it's both the wellness on doing activities in the health of eating healthy foods, and like I said, I've never cut out anything. It's just doing it in moderation, and it's not doing it 7 days a week.
Yeah. So does Anne Marie come and make sure at the Zumba classes that you're not hitting on those other 40 women?
She gets outside. She takes the videotapes of me not knowing that she's videotaping me, and then she throws it on Facebook every so often. I'll have her throw one on just to show you guys when I was up on stage doing one of the Zumba moves.
Well, that'd be cool.
Pretty good. I'll throw it on the site.
I like that. Thank you. All right. Well, we'll let you get going, Jimmy. Thanks for taking time out. Give Anne Marie a big hug, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Thank you, Curt. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'll be talking to you guys later.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Bye now.
Bye, Jim.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Curt,
Katie, what do you think of that?
what a great story. How inspirational is that?
Right?
I can't,
85 pounds in 90 days.
you know what? I think when people think, oh, it's just too hard, I'm not going to be able to do this. I mean, he started where he couldn't even walk, and it was an accomplishment for him to make it one house. But it all starts with that single step, doesn't it? And to that persistence to keep going, because that one house can turn into two houses and three houses, and it really does require just that consistency and just not giving up. I mean, what a great story. I think about it, makes me want to cry.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
and he had a broken foot in those first 90 days.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? Can you imagine? You're almost 500 pounds. You got a broken foot, and the doctors are basically saying that they're basically saying, look, if you don't do this, you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
What kind of motivation? Wow.
So, and it was really interesting to hear how he talked about his diet too, that he hasn't cut out all the foods that he loved. He's just now eating them in moderation and adding in his activity to maintain what his achievement.
Yeah. I think that's a thing that a lot of us need to learn, that you don't have to be on some crazy, diet and starving yourself and all these different things. I mean, man, he's around ice cream every day. That's what he does for a living.
Yeah.
How hard would that be to lose weight, right?
Yeah, it would be pretty difficult.
I mean, I'd be in there like, well, I got to try this one, right?
So, Curt, how are you going with your diet? So you want to share some of your achievements? You've lost a bit of weight since we started this group.
Yeah, I lost a total of 4 pounds. I jumped on the scale just a little bit ago before I washed a little bit of hair I have. Because I was down at my mom and dad's. My mom, for Thanksgiving, she makes this turkey and ham and apple pie and pecan pie and pumpkin pie. And I mean, we got all these different kind of pies, and then she's got pumpkin bars. And then we got stuffing and mashed potato. And I mean, you name it, the table's just full of food, right? And
yeah.
And so the average person gains 5 pounds between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's why. And so when I got home this afternoon, I jumped on the scale right away. I gained a pound.
Yeah.
I gained a pound. And part of it is because I just, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, it's not that one day that's going to gain all the weight. It's continuing at the next day, the day after, the day after. If you have that one day for that special occasion, and then you do a reset and you get back on track, you're fine. It's fine. The weight gain really starts to happen. It's the additional days. It's the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth, and the continuation of that.
Yeah. The whole thing is too, Katie, I've changed my diet, like Jim was saying, I've changed my diet. I've modified it. I still eat the food that I like. I mean, I like bacon. I like steak. I like, I'm a meat eater, right? Unlike you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a meat eater. And so I've modified my diet to be more of a keto, but I'm still watching the calories. So it's keto and calories at the same time. I'm watching all of that. And then I've tried to add some exercise into it. Like today, I was out helping my friend go deer hunting, and I walked 3 miles. And for those of you that don't know, just a little over 10 years ago, they told me I'd never walk again. I've got a busted up leg that was really smashed up in a motorcycle wreck, and so to walk that 3 miles out there deer hunting today, it didn't hurt. I didn't have any pain at all, and my back didn't start to hurt because I still have a limp. I mean, I'll always have a limp because of my leg, but
you lost some of your leg, can you?
And I walked through uneven ground, through hills and things like that, and I feel great. I mean, since I switched to the keto diet and I got rid of, and I wasn't a big carb eater. Like I don't eat pasta. I mean, if I eat pasta, it's once a month, not very often. And I'm not a big bread eater or anything like that. Maybe when I'm on the road a lot, I'll grab a sandwich at a convenience store. But typically I'm not that. I had to cut out the potatoes. I am a potato eater. I like potatoes, but they're out the window. I threw the potatoes, I got rid of that along with my romaine lettuce. I don't eat romaine lettuce anymore. Right.
Well, that won't gain weight.
Right? But I had to switch to iceberg lettuce, and I just don't think it has any taste. But I've noticed since I went to the more keto lifestyle, and Andrea was telling me, you know, she has a lot of knowledge on the keto diet, and she was saying that a lot of the regular diet, that what I was probably eating, it was probably more of an inflammatory diet, right?
Right.
It triggered inflammation in my body, and now that's gone. I don't feel any inflammation in my back anymore. So I feel
your
great.
pain's reduced. Your pain's reduced through changing your diet?
My pain has gone down. I've seen that my endurance has gone up. Even though I haven't lost that much weight, my endurance has gone up. I notice it.
Imagine how you're going to feel when you know, as you continue to lose weight. So you've lost 4 pounds now. Imagine how you're going to feel when you've lost 10 pounds.
Right. When I lose 10, when I lose that 50, you know, that I'm shooting for. That's what I'm shooting for, is that 50 pounds. And I just was listening to Jimmy, you know, it's got me inspired. I mean, if he can lose 85 pounds in 90 days, that's a pound a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
but that is relative too. So that's relative to the amount of weight he needed to lose versus how quickly he's losing it. So the more weight you have to lose, the faster you can lose it initially. And then when you start to get closer to your goal weight, the weight loss will slow down more. You have to work harder to drop that last bit of weight versus the beginning. Would you agree?
Yeah. I've always been taught that the last 10 pounds should take about 2 months to come off. If you take it off faster than that, chances are you'll put it back on, right? And if you take it off slower than that, chances are you'll quit.
Yeah.
Right. So when I talk to girls like yourself that, you know how it is. You meet girls who, oh, I got to lose 10 pounds. I'm fat. I got to lose 10 pounds. And I look at them, I start kind of laughing at it. You know, it's 10 pounds, but then they get upset if they don't lose that 10 pounds in 3 days.
Oh, you can't lose it that quickly. The closer you are to your goal weight, the harder it is to lose the weight. And it's even harder to lose weight or body fat after you've even hit your goal weight. If somebody's doing that, and I've done it a couple of times in my life for competition, it really gets extremely hard because the amount of effort required is a lot more. There's more restriction and more exercise and stuff, because then now you're moving beyond the natural state. That's not a place that many people go, or you should go at all. But so like with Jimmy's case, you know, people shouldn't be upset if they don't lose that amount of weight that quick. Like, it's not going to happen that quick for everyone.
That's right. And you know, like he was saying, he's doing the triangle of life. He's doing the Encompass 360. He's doing the Sizzling, right? Because like we've identified in the past, when people when they start thinking about weight loss, typically they are going to cut back on things, and they're going to have a nutritional deficit. They're going to be missing something, right? Yeah. So why not identify that from day one and just say to yourself, I am going to have a problem, so I'm going to take these products to prevent it from turning into a real problem.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah. The Sizzling, and so that was the main product he was using, the Sizzling and the Triangle?
Yeah, he was doing Sizzling twice a day, and the Triangle of Life, and Encompass 360. Yeah.
I've used the Sizzling before when I was doing my competitions, and I actually used it 3 times a day. And I found that product to be excellent because it's very filling. It's got all your fiber in it, and it's got your 50 trace minerals, and the flavor tastes beautiful. Like, you've got the 2 choices of the chocolate and vanilla. And so in terms of, is real food better? Yes, of course. But if you need that meal in between or that replacement and you're in a rush, I think it's a great option because it can fill that gap, and it's just so low. It's really calorie controlled too, so you know exactly how much you're getting. So I found that product to be, and for me, it was a very effective product, and that actually helped me during my competitions. And I still use it, but I used it a lot moving up until then because I really wanted to test and see, you know, how much is it going to help me. Well, of course it works. If you follow the instructions, it works.
Yeah. And what was your body fat when you were competing? How low did you get your body fat?
Oh, it was ridiculous. It was something like 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not healthy, but that's what's required for a competition. But, you know, on average, it'd sit about a 19 or something like that.
Right.
But it's really, but people think, oh, well, you're lucky because, you know, you're just naturally like that. I'm not like Sandy. I listened to Sandy's story. We had her on a couple of webinars ago, and she was sharing that she could really eat whatever she want and she would never gain weight. And it was only in recent years that that started to change a bit. But for me, it's never been like that. I could gain weight very quickly. So I just very conscious about what I'm putting in my body. And for me, it's not about being overweight or underweight. It's about health. So I make the choices initially for health, and the weight side of it is an added bonus. And I also keep that check in. Like we had that conversation the other week, Curt, about you know, don't let it get out of control. Don't wait till like it's out of control and you have to work harder. If you notice that one extra notch on your belt getting a bit tighter, now's the signal to, you know, kind of rein it in a bit and step up your effort. Be more conscious about what you're eating so you can get it under control. It's a lot easier to lose a couple kilos, 3-4 kilos, than it is, you know, a lot more weight, isn't it? Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I would have been thinking about that, 80 pounds ago.
Yeah, but you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. Now that you know when you get to your goal, you'll then be aware, and that'll kick in, and you'll stop you from getting to that point again.
Yeah.
And if you do, you do. You don't beat yourself up. You just jump back on.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I had my genetics tested. I think you have too. And when you have your genetics test, you find out that, your heritage, your background. I know your background, you've got some Irish heritage in you, right?
Yeah, English and Irish.
Yeah. And being Irish, they know that the Irish people, just like the Northern European people like myself, that we have what's called a thrifty genotype. And what that means is at some point in time, your family went through a great famine.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And the people that had the thrifty genotype, what that really means is that their body could store fat. It could store food as energy.
Yeah.
And the people in your family that didn't have that, right? Your skinny relatives, yeah, they died.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? They starved to death because they couldn't survive with a little bit of food. So what happens in today's world where we have lots of food, there's food everywhere. I mean, there's definitely not a food shortage. There shouldn't be a food shortage anywhere on the planet right now, right?
Well, in some countries.
But there shouldn't be. We have enough food to go around. I mean, the food that we threw away yesterday here in the United States on Thanksgiving Day could have fed the world.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah.
Right? And, but when we put our genetics, your genetics and my genetics into a world of lots of food, we get fat, right? Mm-hmm. We're waiting for the next great famine to come around.
Yeah.
Right? And and when that happens, I'm ready. You're not. I am.
I'm ready. Well.
I always got to look at the positive side of that.
Yeah, right? That's good. So I guess we'll wrap up in a minute, but and you can share any last thoughts with us. But next week I wanted to share some. Hopefully we can get someone else on next week. So if you're watching this replay or you're on the call now, if you've got a fitness goal, if you've got a weight loss goal, if you've even just started on your journey or you're thinking about starting on your journey, please jump on our webinar, share your thoughts, your feelings, because it could be like 1 or 2 things that you say that inspires someone else to go take some action and change their life. And really that's why we started this group, is to try and share some information that's going to help people, to inspire them and just to make their lives better. So if you are on a journey and you're thinking about starting, put your hands up, get in touch with us, and so that you can join our webinar and share your story, because everybody loves to hear a good story. So I invite you, if you are thinking about it, please do. Have you got any other comments you want to make, Curt?
No, I just want to, thank you for putting this together. What a great idea. And, it's not about trying to sell products. It's not about trying to do anything else besides just share information. I love it. Thank you.
All right. Well, everyone have a great weekend. Thanks for joining the webinar, and we'll see you next time.
Give us the thumbs up, the old smiley face. Share this with people. Let people know that we're doing this, because it really, that's how we get the word out there. And that's important. That's important. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.